Good morning. This is TMI Socials. Welcome on board. Now it's now time for you to stay abreast with the latest of trending news on social media. I am Nuoluwapo Stevens. Or better still call me a social media butterfly. Now this morning we begin here in Edo State where we saw a trending video of our very own Governor Monday Okpebholo of Edo State. He has boasted that under his administration, Edo will be Lagos, especially in terms of development. Now, speaking during the project Flagoff on Monday, Governor Okpebholo vowed to deliver the votes from all the 18th local government areas in Edo State to President Bola Tinubu in the 2027 presidential election. Take a look.
This is a legacy project. When I say Edo will not be Lagos, we say no, now Edo na Lagos. So the good things that is happening in Lagos is now happening here in Edo State. What can we say? Thank you. Say, Baba, thank you. Tell Mr. President, we will even take our campaign to other states on his behalf. 2027 is a big deal here. It is seen for Mr. President. 18/18. We have 18 local government. When I meet 18/18, we are going to deliver for Mr. President. I am standing here on behalf of the President to flag off this road. And I thank his...
It's a done deal already. Now, how does social media take this news online? Let's have a couple of tweets and reactions to see what you have been saying regarding this viral video. Now, we begin with our first user who wrote, "One history I will never forget in a hurry, Umaru Musa Yar'Adua, 1951 to 2010, was Nigeria's 13th president, 2007 to 2010. Before that, he served as governor of Kogi State, known for his honesty and commitment to reforms. He introduced the Niger Delta Amnesty Program and pushed for electoral reforms. His presidency was cut short due to health issues, and he passed away on May 5th, 2010. His leadership remains respected for its transparency and peace efforts." Away from that, another user on the same story wrote, "Two states confirmed, Edo and PH. It is well." Now, finally on the story, this user says, 2027 is a big deal here. Busy campaigning when they should be working. Anyway, they said Edo will be like Lagos now. Edo people, be ready to pay 1 million naira per annum for a single room, a self-contained. I don't think that will happen in Edo State anytime soon. But away from that, to the trendiest story at the moment, where we saw the lawmaker representing Ebonyi North, Senator Onyekachi, and a former Minister of Education, Oby Ezekwesili, yesterday engaged in a heated argument at the National Assembly. The clash occurred at the Ethics Committee hearing on the sexual harassment allegations leveled against the President of the Senate by the suspended lawmaker representing Kogi Central, Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan. Now, during the exchange, Nwebonyi lashed out on Ezekwesili, saying, "You are an insult to womanhood." Take a feel at how it all happened.
Shut up and take him out. Smell him out. Smell him out. Look like a dog. Look at you. Big fool. Fool and 70. Fool and 70.
I take exception to a senator.
Why are you talking to me like that?
You are a disgrace to the Senate.
You are an insult to womanhood.
You are an
insult to womanhood. And you are here to tell the world that you have not changed.
You cannot
violate. You are here to tell the world that you have not changed.
Now, interestingly, after all of this happened during the early hours of the day, we had them in the news at different national media outlets sharing their own view regarding what happened. Let's have a feel from the man, and then we'll move over to the woman. Take a listen.
Senator Natasha was invited with her witnesses to come and prove allegation of sexual harassment against the Senate President. I was also invited as a witness to the Senate President to also rebut her falsehood, the false claim of hers. So it started when she was asked to be on oath, because she said she was a witness. He said, no, she can't be on oath, she can't take oath. So as a person, I said, okay, I'm willing to be sworn on oath so that I can give my own evidence. I was addressing the presiding officer, the chairman of the committee, and she turned to me and said, will you shut up your mouth? A sitting senator in the Senate, that I should shut up my mouth?
That's what aggravated you.
Yes. And I said, no, ma. Withdraw that statement. He said, will you shut up your mouth? You're a hooligan. I said, you are the hooligan. For a mother like you, a grandmother.
Now let's hear from Oby Ezekwesili. This is what she had to say regarding what happened.
Whom I will not acknowledge by mentioning his name at all.
Well, his name is Senator Nwebonyi.
That's okay. But, you know, he then said, well, if they're not serious about giving any testimony, I am here representing the Senate President as a respondent, and that I am prepared to speak because, you know, we can't continue with this. So I said to him, can you please shut up? Because, I mean, we were just told that we couldn't speak, and you have been speaking without any form of an equivalent treatment. Said we couldn't speak because we were not ready to go into any conversation without the objections being addressed.
Now that you've heard from both parties, what do you make out of this trend and story? Let's have tweets and see what social media users have been saying on this ongoing conversation. Now, we'll begin with this particular user who wrote online, and now this is where it says, I was on side wondering why someone will attack our Reverend Oby like this. However, upon hearing that Oby told the senator to shut up, nah, that is not right. Action and reaction are equal and opposite. You won't expect him not to react. Moreover, a senator in an oversight committee for petition hearing, Oby is an elder statesman. She should know better. She was not correct in any way. Honestly, things have totally fallen apart in this nation. Another user wrote, moving over to another tweet, this user this time around says, Senator Nwebonyi owes an apology to Madam Oby for the bland disrespect and lack of decorum he exhibited towards her. And finally on the story, this user says, the man conducted himself like a woman, and the woman remained calm like a man is supposed to be. Of course, it's Nigeria where everything is upside down. I don't know about that one though, but moving away from that, here is another viral video of the former Vice President of Nigeria, Atiku Abubakar, as he made shocking allegations about our very own Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. He says, and I quote, that not only was he corrupt, but he was also in the habit of abusing women. Take a listen.
Governor, he was corrupt.
You know, he was corrupt. Not only he was corrupt, but he was also in the habit of women.
So who do you think is going to head the coalition, and are you going to run for president again?
We had a similar, merger in 2014, and there were about 4 of us, is it 2 or 3? We all ran for president, and in one of us emerged, and we all supported the one who emerged, and he won. I have not seen Nigeria in there.
Now let's see tweets, of course, with this one. This time around, this user regarding the story says, this is not only shocking, but also deeply concerning. Totally with you on that one. But anyway, another user says, Atiku fears no one and says it as it is. See the way he said it with confidence, even without using the word allegedly. Oh, but away from that, as we wrap things up on TMI socials today, let's talk sports for my wonderful, amazing football lovers. So an ex-user has reacted to the press conference of the Super Eagles team in Rwanda and the one that just happened in Uyo yesterday. So now that is the picture of our press conference here in Nigeria in Uyo precisely. And this is the press conference of the one that happened in Rwanda. And it got a lot of social media talking like what is really going on here in Nigeria. But away from that, Super Eagles star Victor Osimhen was angry yesterday after Nigeria's 1-1 draw against Zimbabwe at the Godswill Akpabio Stadium in Uyo, Akwa Ibom State. Now the Napoli striker showcased his instincts, heading in a low cross from Moses Simon to hand Nigeria the lead. However, despite dominating possession and creating early chances, the Super Eagles failed to capitalize their advantage. And yesterday we had Peter Obi there, we had different amazing personalities there as well during the game. But let's have a feel of how it went down yesterday. Now moving over to the other viral video where we saw our very own Victor Osimhen walking angrily out of the stadium. Take a look at what happened. Oh wow, up to you. How did you react to this football lovers and fans? This user says, if Nigeria Super Eagles can beat common Zimbabwe, then Nigeria has no business contesting for World Cup. Another user wrote, moving over to this one, Daniel on X says, I'm all about supporting our national team, but World Cup isn't the AFCON. If the Super Eagles can't dominate the World Cup qualifiers with ease, there is a big problem. Now finally on the story, this user says, Super Eagles are still lacking a lot technically, but they have improved in their attacking play. They are not afraid to go forward and press attack. Hashtag soar Super Eagles. Well, I don't know about soaring though, but big shout out to Super Eagles. And of course, a big shout out to Osimhen, who's always saving the Super Eagles every single time. Now, that's how we wrap things up this morning. On TMI Socials, many thanks for joining me. I am Anuoluwapo Stevens. And thank you so much for being here with us today on This Morning on ITV. From all of us on This Morning on ITV, we wish you a fantastic, victorious day ahead. We'll see you tomorrow.